Hey everyone, what's up? This is Chris. Today we're going to be sticking my M5 motor into the blue 540 Wagon. But before we do that, we're going to be paint matching the engine bay and also installing my new spec clutch as well as the transmission so that everything will go into the car like one big piece. I have a lot of work to do in this episode, so sit back, relax, enjoy the montages. I'm gonna be adding some text above the video to help with giving you guys some tips. Let me know if you like this new format and I'll do more of it. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. Without further ado, let's get right to it. So the next step is going to be cleaning this engine bay, then prepping it. We're going to be scuffing it up, and then we're going to be using a paint thinner to prep the surface, and then we're going to be applying our single stage paint matched aerosol to the engine bay. And yeah, I'm really excited because it's going to look basically the same as the paint on the outside of the car, and I really do love this color. And yeah, if you look at this, You'll notice on any BMW, the engine bay is always like a slightly different shade. It's because I think they use just like a base coat and then they don't do like the finishing coat on top or the clear. And then that's when you get like this weird, you know, coloration, and it absorbs grease. And I think that a glossy finish looks really good. And I also did a poll on Instagram, and thank you everyone who voted and said that yes, we should paint the engine bay color matched. So next step is gonna be cleaning this, and then we're gonna paint it. So we are 4 layers deep on this base coat. This is single stage, so it comes out glossy, but we're gonna do a couple layers of clear coat on top to seal it up. But here's what it looks like, and I'm gonna shine a line on it. And it's still drying now, but man, it came out really good, I think, so far. Lots of color in this paint. So I'm really excited to get the whole car paint corrected. And I think that's gonna bring a lot of color out to it, but this engine bay is gonna be absolutely glossy and super deep. I love how deep this blue is. And then you can see for comparison, the factory base coat that they use in the engine bay. And then the new stuff. So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be removing this bracket that holds the factory power steering on the 540i. I already started drilling the spot welds so you can see them better here. There is 5 of them total. And once you drill these out, you should be able to pull this bracket off. And we have a new M51 that's gonna be installed up here. So once we remove this, we're gonna scuff up the area here. We're gonna blend the paint. And then we're gonna finish assembling the rest of the engine bay enough so that we can get the motor in here. Here's the freshly painted engine bay, so it's still curing, and I'm sort of not happy with how this corner area right here came out because, you know, you had to remove the power steering bracket. So I'm probably not going to touch this right now. I want to focus on getting the motor in, and I know that I can get to this spot really easy later with the airbox removed and the bracket removed. So I'm not worried about touching this up later if I decide to, but for now we'll leave it how it is. Let's get the transmission on the engine, and then let's get everything into our 540i. So we're in the final stages of getting the transmission mounted onto the engine. You'll see that we replaced the center support bearing. That's new, that came from spec. The pilot bearing is new, our clutch is installed, our pivot pin is replaced, and the seal, the input shaft seal on the transmission is also replaced. So everything is fresh here, shouldn't have to touch that again. Everything is good here, should never have to touch this again. Fingers crossed. So this is the moment I've been waiting for, is the motor is finally installed in the wagon. The wagon that I wanted to be installed in, that is. I'm really happy with how it looks in there. Currently it's leaning back a little bit because we don't have the transmission mount installed. So in the next video, we're gonna be installing some more M5 specific stuff and converting this engine bay. So that's gonna involve the fuel lines and fuel pressure regulator. That's gonna be coming out of this area right here. And also the DSC auxiliary compressor, I think it's called, which is gonna be right here under the wheel well. It used to be located there, but it won't fit there anymore because our M5 oil filter stand is gonna be sitting right here. And so that's what we're gonna have to install as well. You can see the lines where they go right here. We also need to install our ABS module over here. I'm still kind of shy around this engine bay because the paint is still curing and I want it to be really hard before we start putting things in here. But again, I'm really happy with how it came out. So stay tuned for more episodes, guys. I'll be showing you some more details coming up and I hope you enjoy. See you in the next one.